friends, Running Kimono here. So I wanted to do a follow-up video. Last Saturday I made a video where I had a less than nice experience over at the Dollar General, and a lot of you had a lot of stories, and a lot of you were like, I would have cussed her out on the spot. And I didn't. I just stayed like a robot, and that I think got on her nerves even more because I was like, I wasn't going to lose my cool. And I think the older you get and the more life things that you go through, you have an easier time just holding back these raw emotions. And sometimes as a woman, you really get emotional. Like you just want to cry or scream. You go to one of two places and hey, maybe I'm only speaking for myself, but you just go to those two places. But the older you get, the easier it is to put these things in a box and see the bigger picture that if the coupon doesn't scan, we'll figure this out. But when you have a cashier in front of you saying, no, I did it, and this is where it is, and where she's pointing, it makes zero sense. You're going to have to watch the video, guys, for you to see what I was talking about. But just basically, it was a coupon that was not scanned properly or keyed into the system, and yet some instant savings on a different product. The cashier was saying, this is where I put it, which are two different things. A sales promotion on an item that's coming off automatically at the register compared to a keyed in product. Two different things. So anyhow, guys, it's super uber frustrating. But in a situation like this, where you're saying like, hey, I didn't get my savings. I'm all about savings. I'm not paying for pads. So let's figure this out. And the cashier's like, no, here it is. And I'm like, I still don't see it. And I never raised my voice. I never lost my cool. I wasn't screaming and wagging my finger in her face. But yet she just kept egging me on of, you want to stand here and fight. You got your basket for $8. That's good enough. And how do you decide what's good enough for a person and what isn't? She has no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just a shopper. But yet it just continued and continued. And she finally did return the product after I had asked for like the third time, I think, which she should have just returned it. But it was a really weird situation. And a lot of you in the comments were like, what are you going to do next? And I didn't do the survey, guys. This is what I did. I actually met this manager of the store. So this is a cashier. It's not the manager, but I met the manager 2 weeks previous at the clearance event, and the manager really started cleaning up this one location and just really organizing the clearance section, which is my place. And so what I did, guys, was actually walked in there and had a chat with her about the incident because I didn't want to do the survey. I didn't want the store to get in trouble for one incident because I think the employee was new and wasn't really sure. So I asked, and the manager was very grateful. And basically we came to a resolution, and she's like, I will speak with her. And she was very, very nice. And she actually thanked me for not doing the survey, because the more of those surveys that you do, guys, it can affect a store where they have to go through a retraining process, or employees will get in trouble or even disciplined. So I compiled this little list here. I think it's the best thing to do when you're in this really sort of awkward situation where you're trying to coupon and the cashiers are giving you a difficult time. I wouldn't fight back. You have the option to just leave. And why did I pay for my transaction instead of voiding it? I wanted to see the receipt to see where the mistake was, because that's what I wanted to do. And a lot of you were like, you shouldn't have done that. But yes, that's what I did. I recommend to call the store customer service, or you can do the survey if you wish. But because I had met the manager herself and she came and talked to me, and she doesn't know who I am, I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. So that's why I went in and spoke to her, and she agreed with me. She's like, no, that's a mistake. She should have never have done that, and she should have taken the coupon off of the item, not a different product in the line. She actually agreed to that. And she said this woman was, in fact, a newer employee. And sometimes with newer employees, they often make stuff up on the spot just to expedite the line. Like, I'll make something up, so you'll just believe what I say because I'm an employee here, so you'll just pay for it and leave. No, not how it goes, especially if you know how stores work. But, so yeah, that was the resolution to this. I know it's not dramatic, and there was no delicious moment where I was screaming at somebody or anything like that. It was pretty civil and chill. But, I think we just have to really put things into perspective that maybe the cashier was overwhelmed. Maybe she was the only employee in the store, and maybe I was the fifth customer to give her trouble with like computer problems or what have you. But at the end of the day, sometimes the customer has the final say in this, because if I did that survey, it would have caused a lot of problems at that store, which I did not do. But it's just good to put things into perspective sometimes. And sometimes a really bad run-in, especially for myself, I'll have a bad day. Like, so you have one bad thing happen first thing in the morning with a cashier, and if you wanted to do like a couple other stores, sometimes it's really hard to do. So hopefully this video was somewhat helpful, guys. I really recommend always to be a cool head, because cool heads always prevail. I'll catch you in the next one.